It was way too hot outside today. It's like, what time is it? It's like 10:30 in the morning and it's like 90 degrees outside. So, we're not filming in the car today. It's too hot. Last week, it's gotten too hot for me to film in the car, so I probably won't film any more produce videos in my car. But yeah, so today we're going to film it in AC because that sounds nice. So this is my review of Produce episode 11. It was the third elimination round, and also we got a lot of other stuff. It was a long episode. After 2 episodes of really drawn out drama and stuff that honestly we didn't really need to see, like all those TikTok ads from last week. Like information filled episode, I feel like. I didn't take that many notes, but I say that every week. And then I end up talking for 30 minutes and then I need to edit long videos like this. But so let's just go ahead and get into it. So the first, they had all of the trainees walk in for the elimination, and then Youngjae was like, let's go through all the backstory stuff. So they had their makeup session where this makeup artist taught them how to do their makeup. Before that, Youngjae, I think this was before that, Youngjae announced that there were only 30 trainees because Plan A, Play M, that Byungchan has left the show. They said due to personal reasons, but I think it was revealed it was due to health issues he's been having. So I'm sad about it. I don't think he would have been eliminated this time around. I actually think he probably would have passed this round. But I'm really sad to see him go because I love him and I hope that Victon can make a comeback really soon because, yeah, I liked him a lot. Sungwoo looked really, really sad when they announced that Byungchan was not there anymore. So I wasn't sure if they were going to announce Byungchan leaving during, like, if he was there for the elimination or not. And I was really worried he was going to be there for the elimination because if he did not get eliminated, that means that he was taking a spot from someone else who could have continued on the show. But I'm happy that he left before the elimination so that the top 20 are really the top 20. But anyway, moving on. So they did a makeup session. The makeup artist was doing their makeup. That was pretty cool. I didn't really take notes on that. That was cute. They played a few games too. The hosts were Seungyoon and Johan, and they were super great hosts. They were super funny. They had this game where they had to like spin around and then feed corn chips to their partner blindfolded, and that was really funny. There were a lot of really funny moments in that. And then the Dongyun and Mingyu from Monday to Sunday team won that round, which was very exciting. And then there was the I Can See Your Voice part, which I had seen clips of. It was just overall so funny, but the Eunsang and Wooseok part was so funny. Also, the fact that Suhan and Yuvin were partners and they had main vocal as one of their words was really, really funny. And then they did this game where they had to like put pants on without using their hands, so that was silly. And then they had the honorary fireman game, which I don't know why Mnet thought that it would be a great idea to light a bunch of candles and then give a bunch of young boys a baseball bat and say, here, try to blow them out with a baseball bat. What could possibly go wrong? Like, I was so nervous the entire time that somebody was going to get hit with a lit candle, and I was very afraid. But thankfully, to my knowledge, nobody got hit with a lit candle, so that was good. But oh my gosh, let's never do that again. And then we went on to the elimination. So I will go through 19 through 1. I feel like because there's only 20 boys, I should go through every single one. I won't spend that much time on every single one, but let's just discuss. And then I'll go through the 20th person last because I feel like we need to discuss what happened there. First of all, I saw the ranking before I saw the episode, so I like knew who was getting announced. So number 19 was Tony, and I joke all the time that him and Suno didn't pass this elimination round, but him and Suno always survive. Like, I don't know how they always survive. Neither of them get very much screen time or very much, I don't know, anything really from Mnet, and they all seem to survive. But I'm just very confused how he survived. I'm really happy he survived. I'm really happy he's still in this show, but I'm just very confused how he always does it. Like, where do these, I don't know. Anyways, moving on. Number 18 was Wonjin from Starship, and he dropped a lot because I forgot who they were announcing. I knew who had made it, so I thought it was another Starship boy they were gonna announce, but no, it was Wonjin, so I'm not really sure how he made it. He's really dropped a lot since I think the second and first elimination rounds where he was ranked super high. So that's a little sad, but the fact that he survived with that throat issue was pretty cool. Number 17 was Yoovin from Music Works, who is one of my top picks. If you guys have seen my top 11 videos, you know that he's one of my top picks, and I'm very sad that he's dropped a lot as well, but also I'm ready for him to go back to my teen and just kill it in my teen and not be in this mess of a produce group. So yeah, he dropped from number 12 to number 17. Number 16 was Hangul, who I forgot had not been eliminated, so I was expecting him to be eliminated, and he wasn't, and that was super exciting because I love Hangul a lot, and I really want him to debut here. Number 15 was Jungmo from Starship, so he dropped a lot too. He was in the top 10, I think, he dropped 10 spaces, so he was number 5 last elimination round, and he dropped down to number 15. That's sad. He was one of those people that I was kind of confused why he was in the top 10, so I'm not like mad about it, but also just like what happened. I think it was voting for 2 people really caused a lot of issues this time around, which it usually does. Number 14 was Kang Mini, which I was so expecting him to get eliminated. Like, I love him. After Moon Hyunbin, I was like, oh my gosh, now I love another Starship boy and he's gonna get eliminated too. But here he is, the main vocal of our generation. He is alive and well and here, and I'm very happy about it. Number 13 was Hwang Yoon-sung of BUYEE, who is one of my children. Love him so freaking much. I'm really happy that he's ranked 13th and not in the top 10 because I don't want any of the Woollim boys to debut here. A lot of people don't agree with me, but that's okay. It's my opinion. I don't want them to debut here, but here is Hwang Yoon-sung in number 13 getting the love and attention he deserves. Number 12 was Dongpyo, who is still not in the top 11, or still not in the top 10. I think that he has a very high chance of still debuting as the X-Boy, but now with Jungmo not being in the top 10, unless he goes back to the top 10, it's actually, I think, Jungmo who will be the X-Boy. From this lineup, it would have been Jungmo. We will see. That's gonna be like the weirdest part of next week. Number 11 was Chajuno, which was so exciting. My other child is right here. My baby Myungsoo. He did great in their last concept evaluation. I'm very proud of him, so I'm happy he got more votes. Also do not want him to debut here, but if him and Yoon-sung can get 11th and 12th place in the final ranking, then I will be very content. And not like 11th like X-Boy place, because neither of them are up for the X-Boy at all. So if they don't make it into the top 10, they're not debuting. And I'm okay with that because we need to just go back to Woollim and debut there, in my opinion. But anyways, very happy for him to be there. 10, so the top 10, let's talk about this top 10. I feel like the top 10 before the finale is always the most interesting top 10. Like, I feel like you kind of understand is in the top 10 for most of the show, and then this last top 10 before the finale is always so fascinating because you can see other trainees who have literally been ignored this entire show suddenly like start to do really well and start to get a lot of votes. Number 10 was C9's Donghyun, who, you know, like, who is he? Like, I feel like I really didn't know who he was until him and Yoon-sung became BFFs, and they started showing him that way. I really had no idea who this kid was, and I was like, oh, he probably won't debut, but maybe they'll add him to CIX because I'm really anticipating CIX's debut, and I think that they have the potential to add him there into Baejin Young's group. But yeah, so he was number 10, which is exciting. I am not confident he's going to stay in the top 10, but the fact that he's in the top 10 is super exciting. I think that the ranking is going to be very different next week. That is my prediction. I think I am going to do a predicted top 11 because honestly, after this elimination, I don't really have a personal top 11 anymore. So we're just gonna do predicted top 11, I think. I'm sorry, but maybe I'll do a pinned comment in the comments on who my like ideal top 11 would be. I don't know if I'll do a whole video on it. Yeah, number 9 was Eun-sang, who I think he's been in the top 10 this entire show. I think he has a 100% chance of debuting at this point. But I've really started to like him a lot more recently. I will say that because a lot of people know that I don't really care for Eun-sang too much. But I've really started to like him a lot more recently. So if he debuts, I'm okay with it. I've seen a lot of improvement in him, and yeah, he's really cute and he's really funny, and him and Woosuk need to be in the same group, I've decided. So anyways, number 8 was Hyungjun, who dropped a lot too. I'm very confused about that because he is the most popular Starship boy. He's definitely debuting next week, 100%. If not, unless like a bunch of people from the top 10 who have been in the top 10 drop out of the top 10 next week, I'm pretty confident that Hyungjun will debut. Like literally for Hyungjun to not be the X-boy, people like Jinhyuk and Yohan and Woosuk would need to drop out of the top 10. And you know that's not happening. Like that, 100% those 3 are debuting. So anyways, number 7 is Daehyun, who's been number 7 for like a hot minute now. So not surprised at all. Number 6 is Seungyoon, who rose 11 spots after last week. And that is very exciting. He and Hangul are the 2 boys I really, really want to debut who have already debuted from the show. Everyone else who has debuted from this show, sorry, but I wouldn't be sad if they all got eliminated next week and went back to their other groups. But either way, I will be very happy and support whatever happens to the other boys, the TOP Media boys, the Victon boy, Seungwoo, whatever happens to Seungwoo, and Song Yuvin. Yuvin I really don't think is debuting. Number 5 was Kim Mingyu, who was momentarily down at number 10, then he went back up. So, you know, whatever that weird fluke was, obviously his fans are back on track for that. Number 4 was Seungwoo, who I think this is his first time in the top 4. It is his first time because last elimination was his first time in the top 10. So it feels like he's been in the top 10 for a long time, but he is number 4, which is super exciting. I actually love all 4 of the top 4 boys, so I was very happy with this. Because in the past, there's been at least 1 or 2 boys in the top 4 that I have not really been a big fan of, but this is the first top 4 I've like adored so much. Number 3 was Jinhyuk, number 2 was Woosuk, and number 1 was Yohan. So 3 boys who have been pretty consistent recently. Like I said, I think that they are all going to debut next week, and I'm not mad about it, but be sad for Uptension, which will become Up8shin next week, and yeah, but anyways, so those were the top 19, and then the top 20. Oh, before they did the top 4, actually, they did this thing where the all of the trainees picked their top pick. You know, when they did the visual ranking and all that, they did like a top pick ranking. So let's go through those 7 boys real quick because I feel like they did a really good job. So number 7 was Chajuno, which was super exciting. Everybody loves him, I guess. Yohan and him, BFFs forever. If they don't debut together, I will be sad about it because they have been so close and such good friends, and yeah. Number 6 was Dongpyo. The only top that Dongpyo can get into right now is apparently the fixed pick from the other trainees. And somebody said something along the lines of he has a personality and a concept like no other trainee, and I 100% agree, and that's why I think Dongpyo needs to be in the debut lineup. But yeah, so, and then number 5 was Eunsan, who is to be expected. Everybody loves Eunsan. Number 4 was Seungwoo, also to be expected. Everyone literally loves Seungwoo so much. Number 3 was Mingyu. Number 2 was Seungyeon, and number 1 was actually Yoonsung. Yoonsung was the top pick by the other trainees, which was very weird. Very weird. Not mad about it, but yeah. And then they gave Yoonsung a phone. He was like, here you go, here's a cell phone. And I was like, Mnet is really trying to flex on how much money they make off of this show to the rest of us. Okay, Mnet. Oh, so the bottom 4 trainees were Kukan, Dongyun. Dongyun was literally like, I have to go through this again, are you freaking kidding me? Because I knew who the top 20, the 20th boy was. I didn't know all of the like potential people in the 20th place. Dongyun. Actually, I did see Dongyun's ranking like maybe 10 minutes before this part of the show like happened. Like I saw it on Twitter and I was like, oh no, he's going to be in that like bottom 4 list. The 3rd boy was Jinwoo, who was previously ranked 8th. So he went from 8th place down to the bottom 4 of the top 20. I just like it. I'm so confused because Mnet posted that teaser where they showed him crying and I was like, no, but they wouldn't eliminate Jinwoo. Like he's just been there the entire show, and you know, I don't think he's ready to debut. He's nowhere near ready to debut, but I didn't think he would drop out of the top 10. I just thought he was like Hyungjun or Mingyu, like he was pretty much guaranteed to debut at this point in time. And then Sejin was the 4th boy in the bottom 20, who I was really excited about because I fully was ready to accept that he was getting eliminated this time. But yeah, so those were the bottom 4. Number 23 was Daehyun. Pretty sad because I was thinking about it and I was like, man, Daehyun got brought back just to be eliminated like a week later. I am happy that we got like one more performance with him though, because yeah, that was really nice. And I hope Willem takes care of him during this time that before he debuts in Willem group, because he has a lot of potential and I don't think it's fully been tapped into yet. But Willem, I say a lot of bad things about Willem, but they are so good at training their trainees. Like they really bring out the best in their trainees, and that's why everybody under Willem is so like packed full of talent. Like they just, I don't know what they do in their training, but they're all so freaking talented and have great stage presence. So I'm very excited for Willem's upcoming boy group. I think there's a lot of talent there that was not shown on this show. Jungwook too, I see a lot of really great potential in him. So yeah, number 22, my prediction, because I knew Sejin was it, I thought it was going to be Sejin versus Jinwoo, but Jinwoo actually ended up ranking 22nd. So he was the 2nd boy of the 4 to have his rank announced. I'm so confused. I do not understand what happened there. It seems a little sketch to me, but I don't know what happened. He has plenty of time before he, like, to debut in his future. So I'm not upset that he's not in this group. He wasn't in my top 11, my personal top 11 ever. So yeah, but I'm just very confused on what happened. Number 21 was Kukun and number 20 was Sejin. So I'm happy Sejin is still in the running. I'm going to miss Kukun a lot, but he is like Yuvin. I would rather them just go back to my team and debut there, make a comeback there, because I think they've gotten a lot of interest from this show. So I think that they will have a lot of success going forward. At least I hope so. Please stand my team, especially if Yuvin gets eliminated next week. Either way, stand them. But yeah, so that was it for that. And then I looked at my computer. I was like, okay, so like basically we're done. And there was still an hour left. I was like, what is happening? There's still an hour of footage left for us to go through. It felt like the longest episode ever. When you do all those extra things and then you do eliminations and then you do like, it was just such a long episode. Oh my god. Debut evaluation. This is the last round. Usually, I will preface this by saying I almost never like these final songs. Like I almost never care for them that much. The only one I like was the one IOI did in their Crush, I think the name of it is. That's the only one I've ever liked. I did not like the 101's. I did not like the ITZY I thought that they were like okay, I guess, but they weren't great. I'm so excited for both of these songs. Actually, now that I've heard more of Boy, I'm less excited for that one, but I am still very excited for these songs. So the 2 songs are To My World. It's the same people who made You Got It and Drama Marama Marama Mahe from Monsta X. So those are some pretty exciting people, and they've made some SNSD songs and they listed a couple other groups, but the only 2 songs I remembered was You Got It and Drama Marama Marama Hey. Then the other song is by Hui of Pentagon. Also, Pentagon are making a comeback this month. Please stand. But anyways, I have to pre-order their album still. I don't know if pre-order started, but if they have, I need to pre-order their album this week. And Flow Blow, they made 101's Energetic, which is a bop. It's one of 101's best songs, in my opinion. So they made this song called Boy, and it also had a sexier feel to it. The first song, To My World, had a sexier feel to it. But then Boy had a sexier feel to it, and I was like, what is happening? Usually it's like one cute song and one like sexier song. They had all 20 boys, starting from Sejin, who was the 20th boy. They had him go, and then they went all the way through up to number 1 to choose their position, and they could kick people out if they wanted to, kick them out of the position, move them to a different position on that side, that song, or they could move them to the other song. And then they started training and practicing. So the boy team, Junhyuk became the leader. We didn't see any footage of that, so I guess they looked at him and was like, they all tried each other's parts, and yeah, that was that was that storyline. But we'll go back to them later. So, and then the To My World team, they all had a bunch of previous leaders on that team. And Hyungjun decided he wanted to be the leader, and everyone was like, yeah, go for it. So then him and Yoonsung ended up learning the dance before everyone else. They went off to practice it to teach everyone else, and they did a super good job. They learned it super fast. Daehyun, who C9 Daehyun is in this group, and he only had one line. He got pushed out of his position quite a bit, and so he was practicing really hard because the center had not been chosen yet. That wasn't an option. They all had to choose the center, and the center will be revealed next week. They never revealed the center in the episode before the elimination, and it drives me crazy. Drives me crazy. I always want to know who the center is, and you don't know until the actual, like, they step on stage. So they made a good point, is that every center of these final songs have debuted. I'd never noticed that before. So even more reason for me wanting to know who the center is now, because I feel like I can't really predict the top. I mean, I can, but not fully predict the top 11. I don't know. Midway training, where they go see the trainers, everyone got compliments except for Hyungjun, and he was really sad about it. He cried about it a little bit. I don't think that's a bad thing if you don't get any compliments. But you didn't get any like criticism, so I feel like that's fine. Everyone was trying for the center position, so Yohan, Hyungjun, both of the Woolen boys are in this group, and Donghyun were all trying for center position. And none of them really did it very seriously, because I don't think that was the evaluation. They're going to do it the same way they did Pick Me, where everyone gets to attempt to be the center video-wise, and then the boys in the group will vote. Yes, I think if Donghyun wants to become the center, they spent so much time on him wanting to be the center. If he becomes the center, then he's going to debut. If not, hopefully they'll add him to CIX. I don't know if Yohan will be the center. I don't know if either Woolen boy will be the center. I think it'll be Hyungjun or Donghyun is my current vote. The boy team, their beat was off. They didn't sing as well as the To My World team, but Woosuk sounded really good. He sang really well and he got complimented. And Hangul got a little criticism because he sounded really soft in his part. He was switched songs, so he wasn't supposed to be in that song to begin with. He chose the other song and got bumped over there. But yeah, everyone except for Tony, Woosuk, and Jinhyuk wanted to be the center of this group. So they had everyone try it, and then they had some of the boys on the other team try it, which was really funny. That was the funniest part, like, of one of the best parts of this episode, besides the "can you hear my voice" part. Those were the two best parts of this episode, and that's kind of where they left it off. Next week it ends at the live stream starts 8 p.m. Korean time, which means it's 7 a.m. Eastern time. I think I'm gonna watch it live because I have the day off, so I might watch it live, and that way I can't see spoilers. Usually, yeah, I'm gonna try to watch it live. I might film my video on Friday then, after the show ends. So I don't know if the video will be up on Friday, but I will try my very best to get it up on Friday. So yeah, that's it for this episode of Produce X101. This is the second to last one of these I'm going to be doing. That's so weird. Let me know if you're gonna be watching the finale live, or yeah, probably if you're not watching it live and you don't want spoilers, you probably should unfollow me on Twitter that day, because I'm sure I will post something about it, and then my video will go up in the afternoon, and if I get it up, and I'm going to tell you guys in that video if I think I'm going to stay in this group or not, because right now I'm not really sure. But yes, thanks so much for watching this video. Look forward to my predicted top 11. I'm also doing a video this week about Uptension and Victon's music, so look forward to those videos as well. Lots of Produce videos coming this week, and yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye!